Hello, beautiful being. I'm Trini, and welcome to your reading. I wanted to create a reading where I was channeling messages pertaining to upcoming transits and upcoming eclipse. So you can watch this at any point in time when we have an upcoming eclipse, or if we just had one, you want to see what's going on, you want to tune into that energy and see how the universe is using the energy of the eclipse to help you, to support you, and to help you grow. Currently in 2024, we're in April, and we have just experienced a lunar eclipse. That lunar eclipse is the mother's energy, and that's about nurturing us and helping us to release things that gotta go. Okay. If it needs to go, an eclipse is gonna help you get it out. Okay. And then what's so interesting about this time coming up is that on the 8th of April, we are headed into a solar eclipse. So where divine mother energy has helped us to create space for what we need, the solar eclipse, the divine masculine energy, is creating an opportunity for us to experience a new beginning, for us to have more power as we manifest the things that we desire and that are in alignment with our soul's true intentions. So that's the purpose of this reading, is to bring you those messages to help you know at this time how the universe is supporting you. And you can watch this at any time where we have a recent eclipse, either upcoming or just past. These messages are for you, okay? Also, I do want to say, this is on a personal note, I'm wearing my Invisalign. And I usually don't. I usually take them out to record, but this set has been painful. And so I want to keep them in so that I can get the work done that needs to happen and get to a more comfortable place. So if I pronounce some words a little odd, or if my speech is a little different, I just wanted to let you in on that. Okay, I do have my Invisalign in. Ashe. Another thing is that as I was setting up for this reading, someone started cutting their grass, and the message there is that you have the power to create, to alter something in your life, to basically, your manifesting power is very strong right now. And there's something in your life that didn't feel quite right. It's something that has been an ongoing concern for you, but Divine is saying that you have the power to turn it into what you want. Okay, so whatever the conflict is that you have been facing right now, if it's been a situation with another person, if it's been a situation in your career or your creative endeavor, Divine is saying that you have the power to clip that shit. Okay, you can make it, you can turn it into what you want it to be. You have invested a lot of time and effort and energy into healing from this situation and observing, and now it's time for you to realize your power. Okay, and what Divine is saying is that by exercising your power in this situation to turn it into what you want, to make it what you want it to be, you are going to experience justice, because there is an injustice that has been committed against you. Someone has taken something from you. Someone has done something to you that they had no business doing, but it's only going to help you. Okay, because you have the power now to turn it into what you want it to be. So it's like somebody gave you an opportunity to experience joy. It didn't look like that at the beginning, but now Divine is saying that you are in control. Okay, that's exciting. I love that. All right, beautiful being, I am going to go ahead and put up the image for you to select your object. Okay, whatever crystal speaks to you, whatever makes you feel like, yeah, there's a connection there, that's what you want to go with. Okay, so I'm going to put up the screen for you to select your group, and then I will see you at your reading. Hello, group one. All right, I am going to select a card to see what number message is coming to you at this time of this eclipse. You've got, I am limitless. Your power at this time knows no bounds. You are so powerful. And Spirit is saying that you have forgotten your power because you've gotten your eyes on very big distractions around you. I mean, these are intentional distractions. There's someone around you who has been trying to take away your focus, but they can't have it anymore because you realize that you are limitless. All right. There is no beginning and no end. All is infinite. It is time to develop your spiritual side. And I know you're dedicated to that. You are gaining new sight and understanding of both godly and earthly things. So you're becoming a master not only of the spiritual realms, but of the physical realms as well. And the more that you tune in spiritually, the more awareness you will develop regarding your physical interactions. And that is going to make you limitless. Like you are literally going to know the energy somebody's coming to you with before they even approach you. That's how powerful you are. And that is how powerful you are becoming. This is a process. So if you go out there and you have an interaction with somebody and you feel kind of like, well, I didn't know exactly what they were talking about. It's a process. You know what I mean? So give yourself time to continue to develop these gifts. But let me tell you, you are headed in a direction, and this eclipse is bringing you the power to know and to be aware on the spiritual realms as well as in your physical interactions with people. Okay? And that means that you have more power. That means that you have more say. That means that you have more of an impact on the people around you. And that's a powerful place to be in. I love it. All right, I'm pulling from my Lantern Oracle. I just have to show you the book for this. Oh my God, look at that. Like, you know, this deck is bringing some goodness, right? I just love this deck. It's so beautiful. Okay, so you've got forgiveness. Hurt blocks our light. I know that there is something that you have been through that has taken you through so many storms. And this energy has really hit your heart chakra. It has made you second guess things that don't need to be questioned. Things about yourself, things about your worth, things about your value. Divine wants you to know that you are priceless. You have value. And no one can take you out unless you give them permission to. Divine wants you to reconnect with your power. There's something that you're letting go of regarding a relationship. For some of you, this is the entire relationship. You're like, this is not it. This is not it. I'm moving forward. But for some of you, this is about renewing your relationship. This is about creating boundaries within this connection so that you know that you're comfortable and you're secure. And you can have that peace of mind that you so deserve. Because you have been through a lot of hurt. I see a lot of hurt during childhood. And I also see a lot of hurt in relationships, connections. And this is not just romantic. This is with platonic connections as well. There's been a lot of hurt and pain that you have suffered. Divine wants you to know that forgiveness does not mean allowing this person back into your life and letting them do the same old shit they've been doing. Absolutely not. That's not forgiveness. That's something else. That's something else. And we've all done it. We've all given that person a second chance when they didn't deserve it. But, you know, you live and you learn, right? So here you are now. And you're able to speak your truth. You're able to know your truth because you know yourself so much better than you did in the past. When you allowed people who needed to be shut out, you let them back in. You don't have to feel afraid. Why? Because your vision is accurate. You have an accurate view of the people around you, of the situations around you, and your intuition is so much stronger than it used to be. So you're releasing that hurt, and you are creating the terms of your forgiveness. You're deciding what forgiveness looks like in your life. Are you letting this person back in? Partially. And as you prove yourself to be worthy, I will allow you to experience more of my energy, but you must earn it. That's one way. Another way is, look, this is what you did wrong. This is why I don't trust you, and this is why it's over. So forgiveness should always be done with boundaries. But you are aware enough to do this in a way that will serve you, okay? To allow a person into your life to the extent that they deserve, to the extent that they have earned, okay? Don't just give your energy away for free. It must be earned because it is valuable, okay? I'm going to pull from this deck. This is my, I have it here. I like to show you my decks because if you want to purchase them, like, you know, this is the Star Codes Astro. Sometimes I read the explanation, sometimes I don't. But let's see what energy is coming, is most salient in your life right now at the time of this eclipse. Gemini, cross-pollinate. Divine is saying to mix and taste and experience. So Gemini energy, you might be dealing with a Gemini, you might be a Gemini, you might have significant Gemini energy in your chart, or you might have issues with a Gemini. But whatever this is, Divine is saying to experience the goodness that you can take from this situation, from this being. There's something good here for you. Cross-pollination is about co-creation. So Divine is saying that there is, you know, even if you're not dealing with a person who is a Gemini, there's Gemini energy that's trying to come through to you right now in order to increase your abundance. This is socially, and this is in your overall communication. There's something that by connecting with other people right now, you will benefit from. So it might be your an inclination that you feel, a tendency that you feel, a natural reaction that you feel to like cut people off, shut people out. And Divine is saying that there was a time for that. But right now, you will gain abundance by connecting with others. There's something here that you're going to benefit from by connecting with other people or by another person, with another person. Okay. So if you have a natural tendency to shut people out, which a lot of us have that, you know, I've experienced that as well, because when you experience so much hurt from people, you just naturally, you're like, I already see you coming. You know? You're like, not today. I've lived through that, and I don't want to feel it again. So you know, it's very easy to shut people out. But Divine is saying that right now, you have an opportunity to connect with someone and experience abundance. And for some of you, this looks like your love life, where you were like ready to give up on them, and now you're like, I will be willing to take it slowly and give them the energy that they earn. That message keeps coming through. Let someone earn your energy. If they're willing to work for it, see what they're willing to do, because you're going to win from it. I promise you. Let's see what this eclipse is encouraging you to let go of or surrender to. Surrender to creativity. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. There's somebody who has something really good to offer you. And for some of you, it's involving information and advice and expertise. For some of you, it's this person inspires you. There is an aspect about them that just makes you feel alive. And Divine is saying to allow that energy to inspire your passion and your creative self. This is going to, this is related to your transformation. You see that butterfly there? Yeah, so this is definitely related to your personal transformation, your soul's evolution. But something really great is going to come out of this, and you're going to feel so accomplished and beautiful. Yeah, I could see that mirror there is a portal. It's a portal to your greatness. So this is a way for you to tap into your abilities. This is really cool. All right, I'm going to do a situation path outcome. We're going to look at a little bit of everything. Overall, love, money. So let's get into it and see what is the situation that this eclipse is shedding light on. What is your best path? And what is the outcome? Okay. All right. So we've got situation. Path. Best path for this beautiful being to take. Okay. Okay. An outcome. Okay. All right. So for your situation, I definitely see an opportunity to work with other people. This is about opening up your energy, and even though it might feel scary to allow people in, Divine is saying that with boundaries, it is safe. We're not just letting everybody do what they want and take over. Your energy is too precious for that. But what can happen here, and what universe is saying is available to you, is the opportunity to work with other people with boundaries. Okay? Not with fear, but with boundaries. Your best path, you got Four of Swords in reverse. So Divine is saying to let down some of your guard. You've been very guarded. You've been kind of tuned out and saying, I don't think I'm going to play today. I don't think I'm going to interact with this person. I'm better without, But Divine is saying that there's room for you to enter a meditative state where you're also open to some energy around you. Okay? Yeah, so you've been tuning somebody out completely, and Divine is saying that you can open up. It's safe to open up with boundaries. That's the key. All right, for your outcome, you've got Four of Pentacles in reverse. And this is actually a really good thing, because a lot of times Four of Pentacles, sometimes it means you're holding on to your energy. That's actually what they're saying here, but I want to kind of go through this. So the Four of Pentacles can be where you're holding on to your energy, like, not today, boo-boo. I ain't having it. It can also be where you're focusing more on saving rather than spending. Okay? But I feel like this is more of a whole vibe of how you deal with people, of how you either open up or create boundaries. And Divine is saying that you can feel safe. I know that you have been creating boundaries with people and holding on to your energy, but there is room to let someone in. There is room to, is this a card? Yeah, to cross-pollinate. You see that? You're safe in your intentions to connect with others at this time. And so you've been holding on, but Divine is saying with that reverse card, Divine is saying to let yourself open up. This has been your energy. And it served its purpose. It was not wrong. It was absolutely right. Because you needed to protect your energy. You needed to keep your vibes to yourself. But there's something really good. If you'll just open up, if you'll just say, you know what? Today I choose to trust. It's going to be good. I promise you. Okay, let's pull a couple love cards and see what this eclipse is bringing for love. Okay, I see what you've been dealing with. One more. Okay. This is really good. I love how your reading is coming out. It's so beautiful. Your energy is gorgeous. Okay. So you've been dealing with some immaturity. Like it's there. You have been wanting this person that you have been involved with or have been giving your energy to. You've been wanting them to grow up. It's like you see the light and they have not seen it. They haven't seen it. But they are beginning to. Okay, so you've been dealing with some immaturity. But the thing is that this is not something that is malicious. It's just that this person that your person has been trying to figure themselves out. They've been trying to figure out how life works and how spirituality works. And how to connect with you best. And that takes me to this. This is a spiritual connection that you have. Look at that full moon. So I already know you were feeling it during that full moon that we had in March. Ooh, yeah. But you know what? It brought something good. Look at that union there. Look at that. Oh, that's so romantic. It's beautiful. And so the conflict that you've been experiencing with this person is for a spiritual purpose. It's growing both of you. But especially this person that you're dealing with. There are things that you came into this life knowing that they just didn't get. And in part, this is because of their home environment that they grew up in. It didn't allow them to flourish. It may be useful to step back and ask yourself, what example has this person had? Who has taught them how to treat me? Who has taught them how to love themselves? So if the answers to those questions are kind of, then this is your person that is learning. Okay? All right, you've also got frustration, but in reverse. There is so much frustration that you have been feeling with your lover, with your person. You were just about ready to give up. I can feel it. You were about ready to be like, look, I know we've been in this for a while, but I will walk away. You know, when you're in that mode, you're like, I know I've given a lot of time and energy, but I will still walk away because I know I'm going to be okay. Well, that's because of the frustration that you were feeling because this person is still learning and still evolving. But Divine is saying that frustration is going to turn into understanding. They're putting an emphasis on frustration because Spirit is saying to me right now, let them know that they are heard. Your tears, your sadness, your depression, and your anger and your frustration have not gone unnoticed. Divine says, we see you. But it's time for that frustration to turn into understanding. And so that's why you had frustration in reverse. We're backing out of that. And we're moving into a place of understanding and of kindness and true intimacy. That keeps coming through in these readings. True intimacy. Let me pull a couple more. Oh, yes. Look at that. Oh, I love Mars. So you've got attraction. There's some oil in there because I do anoint my cards. Wait, there we go. Is that a little better? But the attraction between you and your person is so hot. It's so hot. I mean, Sacral chakra is lit, okay? But it had you feeling like this impacted your level of attraction to your person, the frustration that you were feeling. Like when you feel like this, you're not feeling hot and heavy and let's go. You're feeling like not tonight. So this definitely impacted your level of attraction to your person, but that is being renewed. Okay? So lots of good nights. Or good mornings or afternoons or whenever the spirit hits you. That Mars energy. Ashe. Let me clean up a little bit. And then I'm going to pull some cards for money. How is this eclipse impacting this beautiful being regarding money? Okay, so you've got a couple of them came out in reverse, but that's because this is an opportunity to change gears regarding these aspects of your life. It makes sense that they would come out in reverse at the time of an eclipse because an eclipse turns things around. It brings clarity to things, you know, that were upside down. Now we're looking right side up. So you've got charity. Divine is saying that there's a lot that you want to accomplish, but some of the things, some of the goals that you have set require charity. And so Spirit is saying to give of yourself. You might be saying to yourself, like, but what do I have to give? Like, you might say to yourself, I need help. So how can I help somebody else? But this is something, I spent 17 years as a classroom teacher in public schools. And this is one thing that I was taught. And as I taught my students, I saw that was really true. When you have a person who has just learned something or is learning something, teach someone else that same skill, you will be surprised the miracles that happen. So like in my classroom, what that looked like is I would have a student who had a good understanding of something. They still would get things wrong sometimes, but it's okay. We can work that out. I would pair them up with a student who didn't know as much, and they would teach them. They would show them examples. The other student could ask them questions. It was like they were becoming the teacher, even though they're the student, right? So we are all students of life. And there is no one that knows so little that they can't teach someone else. And so I really want you to see your value. I want you to know that you have a gift and you are able to teach others and you are able to give to others. So really open up your energy right now to sharing your spiritual knowledge and your energy with others, because it will come back to you. Okay? This is a lesson in your spirituality. You may have been feeling stuck because it came out in reverse, but this eclipse is bringing you the opportunity to become aligned with your purpose and your path. Okay? Divine is also saying to work hard in silence. And because it came out in reverse, you might have been feeling like you're not being noticed for the work that you're doing. You may have been feeling like your effort is going unseen, unheard, unappreciated, unnoticed, but it's not. People see you, and most importantly, Spirit sees you. And Spirit will continue to reward you for staying on this path of spiritual growth and healing. Okay? All right, yeah, so we looked at money. Oh, and because this is a money reading, this is from my money deck, Divine is saying that you have wealth that is coming to you because of your spiritual knowledge. If you work a 9-to-5, use your spiritual gifts to tune in and know what nobody else knows in that office, in that building, whatever. Because the truth is that spirituality makes our everyday life better. So because you are tuned into the astral realm, because you work with spirits, because you listen to spirit, because you're ready to learn and grow and you're already doing that, you have access to information, to solutions, that nobody else could ever dream of. And be willing to daydream, be willing to use your mind to help you come up with creative, beautiful solutions to things in your work and in your creative endeavors. You were meant to stand apart, okay? You're set apart from the rest. You're not like them other people that you work with. You're not like them, you're different. And that's the greatest thing that I could ever say to you, because you don't want to be like everybody else. If you were, it would be boring. Like, what would be the point? Allow your spiritual uniqueness to really shine. Okay? Oh, this is so beautiful for you. I hope that these messages were helpful to you. And I wish you peace. I wish you joy and many blessings. Hello, group 2. Let's go ahead and see what number message is coming through for you. This eclipse, what is the energy that this eclipse is bringing you? 777, I am in the flow. Your purpose flows from within, and everything that is unfolding or being revealed to you is part of your purpose. It's important. A state of peace and calmness in your soul. Ashe. Yes, so this is about peace. This is about graduating to the next lesson, understanding that you got this one. Now we're moving on. And where you're moving to is a place of strength. So the conflicts, the things that have gotten in the way are leading you to a place of security and of strength. Okay? All right, I'm going to pull from my Lantern Oracle. I showed this in my group 1. I love this. Oh, look at the energy of that. Isn't that so beautiful? I love it. I love it. So let's see what message is coming through for you as far as what this eclipse is bringing or has brought to you. Melting mask. Allow your spirit self to shine through the many roles that you fulfill. Divine is saying that with all the obligations that you have, with all the responsibilities that you have, underneath that, it's just you. And you are beautiful. You have value. You have immense value. Your value is priceless. You can't put a price on it. And so while people may value you because of the roles that you fulfill, your true value lies in just simply who you are. Who you were when you came into this world. That right there is your true self, and it is your true value. And it's immense. It's priceless. It's infinite. Divine is saying not to let your obligations or your titles to constrict you or to put limitations on you. You can go above and beyond what people have told you you're supposed to do. Because some of these titles are titles that you didn't adopt for yourself. They were given to you, whether it's on a job and a career, or whether it's in your home and your family. It's not something that you chose. Divine is saying you're bigger than that. You're bigger than any label. So don't feel restricted, because you're not. Okay? My tummy is growling. I hope y'all won't be able to hear that. I have a banana. I forgot to eat it. But I'm going to do my self-care. But we're going to get through this reading. It's going to be beautiful. So if you hear some little rumble, yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, Divine is saying to let go of what people have deemed that you are. If that brings you a true sense of satisfaction, that's cool. You can incorporate that into your life, but it's not your everything. Okay? You are limitless. Divine wants you to remember that. Let's see what's something that you will need to either let go of or allow. Okay, the power to surrender. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so we've got stubbornness. You know, the thing about stubbornness is that you don't just become stubborn. You become stubborn because you've had to be tenacious. You've had to be tough. You've had to be resilient. You've had to develop a sense of, I got me and I know who I am and I'm good. And that serves us to a certain point because we need it. There have been people who have treated you in a way that inspired you to become stubborn. I mean, it's just a fact of life. Because stubbornness allows us to survive. Once you have experienced so much hurt and pain, at some point, you're going to become hard. You're going to become tough. Because that's our immediate reaction. And in some cases, just to survive, that's what we need to do. But Divine is saying that it's okay. It's okay to allow support. It's okay to explore your vulnerability and that you're protected throughout that process. All right, I'm going to pull from this Astro deck. It's called Star Codes Astro. And I want to see what cosmic influence is very strong right now in your life at this time of this eclipse. Chiron, heal. You're healing. That's why Divine is saying that it's okay to surrender stubbornness. Because let me tell you something. Spirit would not allow this message to come through if it were not safe for you to explore your vulnerability. Chiron is coming through, letting you know that you're healing. You are transforming. You're exploring the spectrums of yourself. You know, you might be experiencing some, what you might refer to as mood swings right now. But Divine is saying that you're exploring your light and your darkness. Your divine feminine and divine masculine energies right now are highly activated and they are learning from each other. Your inner self is deciding, how much rest do I need and do I want? How hard do I want to work? Who do I want to connect with? Do I need to sit back and rest right now, or do I need to move forward and pounce on this? A lot of opposites right now are coming into play in your life. But every situation where this is happening, where you have this divine masculine, divine feminine energy sort of interacting and sometimes maybe seeming like they're not at peace with one another, it's leading to your healing, and it's helping you to know more about who you are and what you really want. Not worrying about these labels that people have put on you, but determining who you are and what it is that you want. You have every right to do that. And this eclipse is bringing forth a really wonderful time for you to do that, to explore yourselves, who you are, and determine what you really want versus what people have told you that you want. All right, we're going to take a look at situation, path, outcome, what the situation is right now for you, the most salient, relative situation, the best path, and your outcome. Okay, Ashe Spirit, thank you. Okay. This one was coming out too. Oh. All right. So for your situation, there's an opportunity here to build. There's an opportunity to collaborate. There's an opportunity to grow. But vulnerability is necessary. That's why this melting mask came up. Allowing yourself to be yourself. Divine is saying that whatever interactions you have with other people, give yourself the gift of being you. Give yourself that pleasure. Give yourself that honor because you deserve it. Because you are amazing. And you deserve to be who you are, truly. So let those masks go. Let go of the mask of the... But this is what I'm supposed to do because they told me that. Bump that. Who do you want to be? Who are you? Let that shine. Okay, your path. I can see that this is what is in front of us here. So there's been some mental conflict. I feel like you've been in your thoughts lately. There may have been even other people saying things that have gotten in the way of your progress. But this eclipse brings the opportunity for you to back out of this energy and not remain stuck. Do not allow people to determine your actions. If you want to be inspired by someone, that's fine. You know, some people are just naturally inspiring, you know, and that's okay to be inspired, but don't set up your whole life based on what somebody else says. And this is also on a small scale. Don't let other people determine your big decisions or your little decisions, just in your day-to-day. Get used to hearing the voice of yourself, allowing your spirit to bring in whatever it is that is right for you. Okay? Now, what this does by doing this, by opening up to your own voice, to listening to spirit and connecting with spirit for yourself, this brings happiness. This brings success. Ashe. I love the Sun card. It is true happiness. And I always say contentment is better than happiness because happiness doesn't last forever. It wears you out. It's exhausting to be happy. Like, think about that. When you feel really excited and happy, that's exhausting. We can't make it forever like that. So contentment is perfect. You know, it's where you say, life might not be perfect, but I'm good. But this Sun card signals not only contentment, but happiness and true success. I have a feeling that this is not just in your relationships. I feel like this is also in your career, which we're going to pull about. First, I'm going to pull, well, yeah, I want to pull career right now because I'm seeing a tie now between your freedom and your ability to say, I'm free to be me. That's going to have a positive impact on your career and your finances. Let's see. What messages? Okay. Okay. The beautiful thing about this is that the eclipse is righting wrongs for you. It's like it's giving the opportunity, many opportunities for you to change the direction of anything that was going left in your life. You now have the power to shift it. So, unreliable. There's some energy in your career or your creative endeavor that felt very unreliable. You kept holding on and hanging on and saying, you see her fingers are crossed back there. You're like, please let this work. But you were looking outside of yourself for the answer. Now what's happening is you're tuning into yourself and you're realizing that although some of those surrounding situations are unreliable, what's reliable is your connection to yourself. What's reliable is the knowledge and the wisdom that you have and the experience that you have. You're tuning in more now. Because you realize that you are reliable. And so where someone else might not be, you are. Divine is saying that this is a really good time for you to give an offering. For some of you, you're being guided to connect with your ancestors. If there are successful ancestors in your life, are in that you have known that maybe are now crossed over, you can connect with them and ask them for their guidance in your career. Okay, that's a gold mine that a lot of people don't think to tune into. You may have had a parent or a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle who was very financially successful. They were wise. They accomplished something that most people don't. And, or even if it's just something, an aspect about their character that you really want, you have access to that because you have a DNA connection to them. They are in your DNA, okay? They're part of you. So a really great thing to do is to light a white candle and to just talk to them and say, I am open to your energy of abundance. Send it to me, teach me, and they will guide you, okay? Sometimes this can happen also if it's not a person in your family who is blood related. You can do this with a celebrity that comes to you. I've connected with Celia Cruz. I've connected with Frida Kahlo. So these are energies that, honestly, because they were celebrities, they're available to anyone who wants to connect with them. But they came to me and let me know that there was something that they were willing to teach me and show me. So you can do that as well. It doesn't have to be somebody in your bloodline. It can be someone who you admire or who has come to you in a dream or in a vision or through a song or whatever, through their work of art. And you can connect with them and ask them to guide you, support you, and help teach you the skills that they had that you want to know. Okay, so the motivator card came out in reverse. Divine is saying that there is so much that you have to give that you don't realize. You are a whole motivator. And even things that have happened to you in your life, just sharing that with someone would motivate them. You have so much power inside you. And Divine is saying to tap into your motivating skills, okay? And if you feel like you don't have any skills, that's okay, just start doing it. Any opportunity that you get where you are able to share some knowledge with someone, because here's what's happening. You're connecting with a spirit to help guide you, but you're also guiding other people or another person. There's no pressure here. You don't have to book a room and fill it with people and then give a motivational speech. That's not what this necessarily looks like. It might, depending on where you are, but it might just be taking a person under your wing who is ready to receive your help. It might just be opening up about a certain experience because you know it'll help somebody along their way. Okay? So this is small scale, this is big scale, but you were meant to motivate other people. Yay, I love it, I love it. All right, let's take a look at love. Let's see what we got going for love with this eclipse. Okay. Don't let anybody make you feel bad for who you are. This guilt trip card is what comes out first, and it was in reverse. Guilt trip. Don't let anybody make you feel guilty about who you are and about what you bring to this world. I feel like there are some of you who have enough of a handle on your connection with another person where the message might just be, oh, this is something you've experienced. But some of you are going through this right now. Someone is making you feel so guilty about who you are and about what you need. Alina Baraz she made a song. I don't know if it's Alina Baraz. I think that's how you say it. But she's a beautiful singer. And she says, this song says, I'm not asking for too much. I'm asking the wrong motherfucker. I try to be good. But think about that. I'm not asking for too much. I'm asking the wrong motherfucker. That's what she says. And for some of you, that is exactly what is going on here. Somebody's making you feel guilty for asking for what you need. What you need is what you need. So if they're not able to give it to you and they're too insecure to take that journey with you, or they're not committed enough, or they don't believe in themselves enough to take that journey with you, then hello, that's why you're guarded. Divine is saying that there's a reason why you've been guarded, and give yourself grace here, because what's happened is this is just simply consuming, taking over. Yeah. Divine is saying to focus on your own energy and on your career and your creative endeavors, because love is going to work itself out. There's something that needs to happen here. There's a realization that needs to be made. And I feel like the clarity that's coming to you is that you're not asking for too much. You're asking the wrong. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. It might not be that that person needs to be dismissed from your life. It's just simply that they have lessons to learn. And it is not up to you to teach all those lessons. Maybe they need to take some steps to get some help on their own, to heal and grow themselves. Because you trying to do it is taking way too much energy. Why? Because it's not your responsibility. This person has lessons to learn on their own, and it's not your responsibility to teach them that. Okay? I feel like after that, like, I really want to end on, I just want to pull a couple more, like something else, just to kind of leave you with that. Because you're doing such a beautiful job, and I want you to feel encouraged. Yeah, just know that that devil energy is strong and it's powerful. And it is having an impact right now on your love connection. With this Five of Pentacles, that is why you've been feeling guarded. That's why you've been feeling isolated. That's why you've been feeling iced out. But things are coming into alignment. Changes are happening. With this Hanged Man, you're seeing things from a new perspective. And while this devil energy and this Five of Pentacles, where you feeling iced out and isolated, while that has been ruining your vibe and running things, it's time for clarity. Look at that. Look at that light around his head. And he's grounded. This is exactly the new perspective that he needed, and that's what's coming to you. So this eclipse is bringing a shift. It's allowing you to see that it's not all on you. Okay? That's what relationship is all about. It's an opportunity for both people to grow. And as long as you're both committed to that, you can grow together. But take that pressure off of yourself to make it work. Because the emotions that you feel, you have them for a reason. And it feels like this other person has a huge responsibility to ensure their own growth, which would help your relationship. But they have to make that choice. Okay? All right, beautiful being. I hope this reading was helpful to you, and I wish you peace, joy, and many blessings. Take care. Hello, group 3. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what number message is coming through to you for this eclipse phase. All right, you got 9. Oh, you got 2. You got 999 and 99. Okay. I am unique. Divine wants you to know that you are so very rare. And that may be something that you have felt and you're kind of tired of feeling it because you're like, maybe I don't want to be different. You know, maybe I want to fit in sometimes. But Divine is saying, why would you when you're as beautiful as you are? And when you have so much unique talent and so many unique ideas to share? Okay? Oh, that's beautiful. All right, so thank the past for your lessons and leave it where it belongs so you can make the best of the life that is still waiting to be fulfilled only by you. There are things on this earth that only you can accomplish because you do it in a certain way with a certain vibe that nobody else can do. All right, and 9-9, I am courageous. So say that to yourself every day. I am courageous. I am courageous. It is time to get to work on the realization of your soul's mission in life. You have a higher purpose in this life that is yours and only yours to fulfill. Unleash your true power. You're doing big things, okay? You are doing big things, and Divine does not want you to doubt that. Because that's the thing, is that there are a lot of posers out here who want to seem unique, who want to seem, basically all they do is copy other people. But the thing is that for the people who are actually rare, for the people who are courageous enough to put their unique ideas out there, it's hard. Like, there are times where you're just like, what am I doing? Because you're not walking the same path as someone else. You might be inspired by them, but you're not copying other people. And so that requires a certain level of courage that not a lot of people have. And Divine is reminding you that as unique as you are, you have the courage to fulfill your destiny, to fulfill your goals. Okay, so I know it's hard when you feel different, but you're different for the best reason. You're different because you are willing to allow spirit to bring something unique and wonderful and mystical and powerful through you. All right, I want to pull from this Lantern Oracle. I just like to show that because it's so beautiful. Oh my God. This deck is lit. All right, let's see what spirit is bringing through as far as what this eclipse is allowing you to do. So you've got forgiveness. This came out before, I think for group 1. But yeah, forgiveness. So this is big right now. This is like allowing forgiveness to flow through you in the right way for you. Because what I want you to know is that yes, there is something in your life that you will benefit from letting go of, but this does not mean that you hold hands and walk off into the sunset with this person who has hurt you. This means that you reflect on what boundaries you need and what it is that you might need to say or do in order to close that chapter of your life. Because that is freedom. I know that there is a situation that caused so much hurt for you. But Divine is saying that there is restoration to be had. And right now you're able to determine what that looks like because the ball is in your court. With this situation, you have felt like oftentimes like you were on the bottom, like you had no choice, like you had no power. But Divine is saying that forgiveness, you have that power, and it truly is power because what it's going to do is set you free. You're not going to let this situation wreck your brain anymore. You're not going to allow it to take your energy anymore. It's not going to have access to your power anymore. And that is because you are willing to let it go in the way that is right for you. Okay, let's see what cosmic energy is at force right now in your life. I'm going to pull from the Star Codes Astro deck. I love to do that just to see what planet, what house, what vibe is interacting with you right now and giving you power. 10th house, authority. Yeah, so let me see. Yeah, 10th house is Capricorn. Yeah, ooh, I love Capricorn. I have Capricorn energy. Well, we all have it. We all have a 10th house, right? This is about your authority. Divine is saying, with this forgiveness situation, really understand that you are in charge. And this is so powerful because you felt powerless in this situation for so long. This is your opportunity to be like, I'm thinking of that Ludacris song, move, Move out the way. Hey, move out the way. You are in charge now. I didn't include all the cuss words in there. I was trying to edit it. Yeah, you're in charge. And this is something that has gone on for a long time because, see, Capricorn energy is long and slow. It's steady and it's slow. But you know why it's great? Because it lasts. And so even though this situation, this rift that you've experienced because of what this person did to you, said to you, how they handled your gift of your energy, even though they did all of that, and even though this has gone on for a long time, now you have the authority. Now the ball is in your court. And it might be a month later, it might be a year later, it might be 10 years after this initial hurt was done to you. But this is worth it. This eclipse is bringing you the power to determine what you are ready for this to look like, what you want to feel like. That's what you get to determine now. I love it. All right, let's see what, you're in charge. You're totally in charge. The person who hurt you, they're powerless now. And in part, this isn't just because of fate. This is because you've been doing the work on yourself to distance yourself from that pain. Well, now it's time to reflect on it and be like, what do I want to do with this now? Do I just want to walk away and say everything's cool? That's an option. Do I want to write a letter? Do I want to report something to someone? Like, what do you want to do? Do what you want to do. All right. So when asking what is needed at this time to either surrender or surrender to, Divine is saying to surrender your attachment to results. And this is something that is impacting this process of forgiveness. You're looking at things in the way that someone is trying to present them to you. I want you to really tune into what's clear, because you know that things are working out in your favor, but sometimes you might not trust it because someone is putting up. Now I see smoke and mirrors. It's all smoke and mirrors. As I'm looking at this incense smoke, it's smoke and mirrors. Somebody is really fronting to try to make you think that karma has not hit them. But Divine is saying that the answer to that is surrender your attachment to results. Don't even look at what they're presenting you with, because it's not true anyway. You know what's going on. You know what's true. And you understand karma so much better than this other person does who has sent you this evil intention or this hurt, this pain. Know that they are getting theirs. But by the same token, don't have your eyes set on seeing revenge play out. Know that the universe has got you because you have good intentions. Because you are doing your soul's work. This person that causes hurt and pain, they don't know their left from their right. They are completely lost. So you don't have to worry about what things are looking like for them, because you already know they're effed up. Because they have effed up. And here's the thing. When people mess with, and when people send bad energy to people who are locked into spirit and who are doing their soul's work, they will always experience the worst karma. That person who sends them negative energy will always experience the worst pain, and it will be ongoing. It's like something that they just can't shake. They can't get rid of it because they've weaved a web of craziness, and then they get stuck in it. They set the trap for you, but they get stuck in their own craziness. So you really don't have to sit back and hope that they get theirs. They've already gotten it, and they will continue to get it until they make their wrongs right with you, until they confess, and until they acknowledge how they hurt you. They will never be able to have peace. I guarantee you. All right, let's move into, I want to take a look at my hands went right to this love deck. I was going to do situation, path, outcome, but let's go ahead and look into love. Divine, how is this eclipse impacting this beautiful being? Okay. There's something that's been going on. It's like a recurring thing with you and a person that you have a deep connection with. There is something regarding intimacy that has been recurring. This doesn't mean cheating. It can simply be turning their attention to where it doesn't need to be, allowing themselves to become distracted, not giving you the respect and the security that you need. But this has been something that's been recurring, because I see this intimacy card in reverse, right? And then it's been recurring. Okay, and then you have this future card. Making future plans. They see a future with you, but it's hard for them to stay present. So this person that has effed up a couple times, okay, it's been a recurring thing. They've done something that hurt you. They really do want a future with you, but they have issues within themselves that need to be healed in order to allow them to demonstrate the level of devotion and honor and respect that you deserve. What this eclipse is bringing is clarity about that. And that's going to equip you with more understanding and knowledge so that you can handle this in the best way for yourself. Yeah, okay. So I'm going back to this card, this authority card. Divine is saying, let your desires be known. Let your needs be known. It's time to be assertive. It's time to not shrink back from what it is that you need in your relationship and say, no, this is what I need. This is important. And because I am worthy, I am willing to display my authority, radiate a sense of authority and say, this is what you will give me if we will be together. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can say it in a sweet way, you know. I like to combine sweetness with authority though. You know, if you want access to my energy, this is what I'm going to need. You know, you throw a little wink in there, but really, you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, Divine is saying to be your whole self and to stand like this. If you need to do that in the mirror just to get in touch and tune with your authority, do it. But put your hands on your hips and be like, this is what I need. Are you committed to work towards that? And then you can ask, what do you need? Or you can ask that first, because I feel like the person that you are with, they have some very deep needs. And it's not that you are obligated to heal that. But when we are in a relationship with each other, we have to recognize and honor each other's wounds. And we have to be willing to at least not further hurt them in that place. So if they need patience, if they need more understanding right now, be willing to give that, but also be willing to state what you need. You see what I'm saying? I think that that's what's going to really create the best solution here. It's not a hopeless situation, but it's a situation that does need healing and understanding, and your willingness to vocalize what you want, what you need, and to set boundaries. Okay, let's take a look at situation, path, outcome. Okay, this is cool. You know, I felt a little sad when this came out. I see that 9 of Swords. That's anxiety, that's worry, that's sometimes sleepless nights. Okay. what we would call bad dreams, which are just messages from spirit. Okay, but I don't think there is any bad dream, but it can make you feel low, right? So there has been some of this going on. Okay. There's a need for comfort. Look at that pillow right there. There's a need for security. It's located at her root chakra. You need to feel secure. And you deserve that. This eclipse is bringing you the opportunity to see things with clarity. Look how she's looking. And there's passion behind this observance. There's a willingness to then go to her 3 of Wands and move forward. But right now she's planning. She knows she has the world in her hands. You have the world in your hands. But it's just a matter of observing and being honest with yourself. Allowing this eclipse to bring through truth and clarity and realizations that you need in order to bring justice, in order to bring balance into your world. You deserve that. And truly you have access to this balance. This is particularly coming through for your love life. It's time for things to be made right because you've endured a lot of pain. Divine is saying that your voice, you see that sword there? Your voice is what's necessary to set that in motion. Okay. Let's see. We're going to take a look at money. Thank you, Divine, for this beautiful being. What opportunities, what changes are coming through because of this okay. All right, there's something that's been going on that's been blocking you from your full potential as far as your career and finances are concerned. So there's something that someone was doing that was unethical, and it impacted your ability to manifest something. Your focus may have been taken away. This could even go back to that love life situation. Maybe that's been draining your energy, and so you've been kind of stuck here, so you haven't been able to really focus on doing this, on manifesting. Okay, but this eclipse is bringing stability for you. The opportunity for stability, you got to tap into it. But know that there are opportunities for stability around you. One of those is in the justice that you are gaining and achieving in your love life. That's going to help you. You got to have balance. Okay? And you have an opportunity to get balance right now. So there's nothing that you need that you don't have access to. That's what Spirit is saying. You have access to it all. Divine is saying to recognize these opportunities for stability. They will present themselves in different ways. For some of you, it is a person that is willing to share some knowledge, some information with you and be sort of a mentor. For some of you, this is a pot of money that has been sitting around that you have not. This may be like leftover inheritance. This may be some unclaimed property. There's something that is like, I see it as like a little pot of gold and nobody's bothering with it. It's yours. But there's some paperwork that needs to be done, or there's some, there's a process that maybe you don't want to go through. You know, you might have to go to the local courthouse or something like to do it. But Divine is saying that the opportunity is there and it's going to help you. There's an opportunity to increase your stability. And for others of you, there are leads to a position that you've been told about, but you've been leery of it. Divine is saying to go through with it. Okay? It's legit and it's going to help you. It's going to lead to abundance. Divine is also saying to watch your spending at this time, because there are things that you have access to purchase or to partake in, whether it's like, it might be a trip, a vacation that you've been thinking about. But Divine is saying that it's time to be prudent right now. So hold off on any big purchases. If this is something that you've been planning for a long time, that's okay. But Divine is saying with new things, like reel it in. Reel it in. Because it's perfectly fine to enjoy the fruits of your labor, especially if this is something you've been planning or you've had set in motion already. But with new things that you're thinking about, reel it in. And that's going to help you to maintain balance with your finances. Okay? All right, beautiful being. I hope that this reading was helpful to you. And I wish you peace, joy, and many blessings. Take care.